My name's Elliot. I work for Business Think Digital, and I'm going to do a video about Christmas promotions using digital marketing, how to optimize sales during this peak demand period. I'm going to use an old school format of video. I don't send out Christmas emails to customers and so on. I've never done that for a few years now, so I'm just going to make an old school video. When I say old school, the format I used to do a few years ago in my car. I'm about to go and see a customer in Bideford to talk exactly about this. How to optimize sales running into the Christmas period, and for the sales period I will tell you what comes of that meeting afterwards. I'll also expand it a little and say these are examples this year of Christmas digital marketing tactics and tips that I've employed with customers to maximize sales during the festive period. And I will catch up with you later.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Just left my customer in Bideford and I'm going to talk about Christmas promotion, and I'll start with them, which is they are a business-to-business company and they don't sell what I'll call low transaction value products, high volume retail to consumers. It's business to business, which is about relationships. And so what would you send someone at Christmas? And I believe that the email marketing, what will I call it? All user, even merged field, you know, to Fred or whatever, email marketing is not effective anymore for business to business. You get so many, which is why I don't send them out, right? I figure I'll make a bit more effort. And if this is effort, make a bit more effort and make a video instead. Maybe not as many people will see it, but I know that we're all sitting there last week of December probably thinking, here's another email coming in, automated, telling me something I already know. So what do? They make a big effort, and they are a timber manufacturing company, and they make this, which I think is pretty cool. They make one every year. So they start planning this fairly early on. What will we make this year to demonstrate what we do, which is craftsmanship, cabinet making, that type of thing. And they make a Christmas type, I'll show you, toy if you like. Has multiple functions, isn't it? If I send this out to a customer, they probably take it home and give it to their kids. I do. That's why I asked for 2 today. One for each of my kids, even though one is 15. And so they make an effort. Last year I think it was a polar bear. They've got like 10 of them for the past 10 years. The Christmas tree was the first one, which was really cool. This is really cool too. You remember it. You remember it. It's different. Who else gets this at Christmas? It's not a newsletter. It's an actual thing that you manually post. Posting things means you made an effort. Nobody really uses snail mail anymore in terms of posting something, putting a stamp on it. If I want to get someone's attention, I'll always write them a letter. If I really want their attention, I'll do it handwritten. But for Christmas, make something that represents your company that someone's going to enjoy and remember. That is this Robbie. Okay, moving on to some of the other things I've done lately, which perhaps aren't as that's offline marketing. Okay, I'm going to do digital promotion of that by putting it into a newsletter type thing and putting it on LinkedIn and posting and making sure some other people see it. But this goes out to their select special customers who matter, who it's loyalty, isn't it? They want to say thank you for being my customer, thank you for being my supplier. Everyone wants to do that. That's what I'm doing in this video. If you've worked with me in the past 12 months or even before, thank you. Business to business is about relationships. So they want that part of it, but they also want to be remembered. And this has the functionality to be enjoyed by kids or whoever as well, or be collected. Now, in terms of retail to consumers, I've done quite a lot of that in the past couple of weeks. As I said earlier, someone said, is it too late? It's like the first week of December, is it too late to do something digitally? No, it isn't. And what we did as an example was Facebook marketing. And that is where consumers are. I have a slight issue with Facebook if you're expecting instant results, because no one's on Facebook to shop, are they? They're all on there to see how their family are or see how well their friends are doing, that kind of thing. So they're not there to buy. So you have to bear that in mind. But what would you do if you were a retailer and you were heading into December, knowing that everybody is about to ramp up their marketing activity? Everybody. It's about to be the most competitive marketing scenario in the calendar year. Well, what I would do, and what I do is target existing customers. It's age-old marketing theory, isn't it? It's easier to contact someone who's bought from me before and say, here's a different type of product or a new type of product that you might want to be interested in as a gift, please buy it. Existing products and services to existing customers. I can do that on Facebook because I have my followers and my likes. What is a smart tactic is, how do I reach those people? Because Facebook's logarithm will block content. If they're not a regular accessor of the content or they've changed their settings and so on, not everybody sees your Facebook posts. That's why you might have 3,000 followers on Facebook, but every time you put a post up, you might get a handful of likes. It makes no sense, right? It's because they're not seeing it. So there are a couple of tactics which I would tell people to employ and have done in the past 10 days about how to force your content into your following on Facebook. One is to pay. A short-term Facebook ad. I can set that to go just to my likes and followers on Facebook. That forces it, bypasses the logarithm block, which means you see my content at just the right time. 4 weeks before Christmas, gift type, peak period, and I can run an ad for 8 days. I think we ran it, £5 a day, not very much, and it will show my offer. It has to be an offer, right? An offer for a product for a short burst of period of time to my followers and likes. One thing to bear in mind, and so I've had 2 customers do this in the past few days. If you have a lot of followers and likes, let's say 5,000, then it will run the ad. You need 1,000 people in your list to run an ad on Facebook. One of the companies didn't. They had 500. And so you ask yourself, if I cannot run the ad to the 500 because there's not enough, what's the next best thing? And it's their friends. You make the assumption that their friends are similar type of people to them and will have seen their content when they've posted it or shared it about your business. And so we expanded it slightly, and instead of just going direct to our followers, that's the ideal, we said let's go to their friends. You could do that on Facebook. Run a Facebook ad and go straight to the friends of the people who like your product. That's one link detached. There's a very good likelihood that they respond well to your content. So that's what I'll call the paid way to bypass the logarithm on Facebook. The other way, which I only found out about recently, go live. You know, when you have videos and you upload videos to Facebook or you do a post of a video, that's all well and good. But again, you get blocked by the logarithm. Running up to Christmas, go live, do a go live video, because what happens there is the people in your following get the alert. You'll have seen it, not very often, because not many people do it. But when you go live with a video on Facebook, it alerts people. It says, you know, I don't know, business A has gone live. People will log on to that. I was working with quite a big cottage business the other day, renting of cottages. They do that a lot. They go live with the video because it gets alerted. They don't just put out noise. Finally, all of these businesses, doesn't matter whether you're business to business or retail to consumer, the most important thing you can do is collaborate. Find 5 businesses who have your followers and market and similar type of people they're trying to sell to. They have their existing followers, right? A cluster of people in your target group. Find 5 businesses like that, that's offline searching, who have your customer base, who are interested in your customer base. Yeah, so I want their customers to know we exist, and they want their business to know my customers exist. And we can cross-fertilise the following. That's probably the best tactic on social media, actually, is to do joint, collaborative, planned contact with your followers and followers of other people. I said this to the business a couple of weeks ago. I said, you should do that. Go and find 5 businesses, send them an email and say, should we repost each other's content and recommend each other in the run-up to Christmas? I'll go back and see her a week later. She says, I stopped because I sent out one and they said no, and I know them, and they still said no. I said, show me your message. Show me the email. So she gives me the email, I read it out. It says, we should be sharing content together and joining up, you know, the power of many and compared to the power of one in terms of marketing contact. We should do that. And then she put this line in and said, my marketing guy thinks this is a good idea. Quote. I said to her, don't mention me. Don't mention the marketing guy, because as soon as you mention the marketing guy, everyone thinks there's something going on. It's the curse of consultancy, isn't it? Everyone thinks, well, hang on a minute, marketing guy said that to her. There must be an agenda. There's no agenda. It's just to collaborate the marketing contact and cross-fertilise our customers. There is no agenda. But I said to her, send it out again and don't mention the marketing guy. And so she did. And of course, 5 companies come back and go, that sounds a great idea. Interesting. Don't mention the marketing guy. He's suspicious. Yeah. So that's happened. She sends out her email to 5 companies who she knows, says, can we collaborate running the run up to Christmas? That is not posting other people's content. That is not sharing someone else's content, okay? That's not what it is. It's someone actually reposting your content with a comment. It makes all the difference. Comment that says, this is a brilliant idea. I would recommend this to our customers. That's collaborative marketing, where you have advocates and champions, not making noise. A share by itself, not enough. And there are numerous other ways to promote yourself at Christmas, but I've talked for 9 minutes, 27 seconds already, so I'm going to stop. That's kind of what I'll call my festive marketing video. As I said, I don't send out emails, there's too many of them, but my message to the people who I've worked with this year and who've helped me, and there have been many, is thank you a lot. Being in business, we all know it's not easy, and to have the help of trusted people, collaborative contacts, people in university who I've worked with this year, customers, suppliers, everyone. Thank you. I'm looking forward to next year, and have a great Christmas.